Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to your favorite channel, PhDs. In my previous videos, I have listed down some of the journals published by Springer and Elsevier, and submitting research article on these journals are free of cost. There is no author or publication fees. In this video, let me show you how to find a list of journals published by Taylor and Francis, which doesn't cost any publication charges. So let us jump onto the video, and before moving on to the video, let me remind you, if you are new to this channel, please do hit the subscribe button and support. So first on the list is forensic sciences research. Here you can find the aims and scope of this journal, and if your research falls under this category, such as forensic pathology, clinical forensic medicine, anthropology, crime scene investigation, explosive, etc., then you can target this journal, and it is peer-reviewed journal, and there is no submission charges for this journal. Also, like if you see the instruction for the authors, you can find like author, article processing fee, article publishing charges. So the standard article publishing charge APC for this journal is $1,500. But however, the publication is free of charge for articles submitted in 2020. So if you are submitting your research article in 2020, then those articles are sponsored by Academy of Forensic Science China. So moving on to the next journal, Journal of Biologically Active Compounds from Nature. So this is a journal published by Taylor and Francis, which is now listed in Scopus. Let us see the aims and scope of this journal. This journal covers a broad scope including the extraction, isolation and characterization, structural elucidation and structure activity relationship, synthesis and transformation of bioactive natural products. And if you are working on this pharmacognosy, pharmacology, toxicology, then you can easily target this journal, and it is a bi-monthly publication in both electronic and print version. So let us see the instruction for authors. Before targeting any journal, I highly recommend you to read the author's guidelines. So instruction for authors, if you go down here and see whether this journal is having any article processing fee. So right now we can't see any article processing fee. Let us search charges. So there are no submission fees, publication fees or page charges for this journal, which means you can easily submit or target your upcoming research if it falls under this aims and scope of the journal. So the third journal is Analytical Chemistry Letters. So let us see the aims and scope of the journal. So here you can see it is a multidisciplinary peer-reviewed international journal publishing original research articles, short communication and review articles, and they are inviting research related to medicinal chemistry, genomics, proteomics, mass spectrometer, spectroscopy, food and forensic sciences, natural product chemistry. Here you can see the list of themes which they are expecting you to submit. So let us see whether this journal is having any article processing fee. So if you see here, like this journal, so if you are looking for submission and if your research falls under this category, then you can easily target this journal. So let us see the next journal on the list: Comparative Literature, East and West. So it is an open access journal. Let us see the aims and scope of the journal. So here you can see the aims and scope of the journal. They accept articles related to comparative literature, world literature, literacy, criticism, translation studies, etc. So it is peer-reviewed journal. So if you are planning to submit literature related articles, then you can check this journal and see if it falls under your scope. So let us see whether this journal is having any article publishing charges. So this university is supporting the cost and they are sponsoring. They pay all the article publishing charges for articles submitted during 2018, 2019, and now also they have continued the same. So before submitting, please do check whether you need to pay or not. So next is the World Journal of Biological Psychiatry. So it has an impact factor of 4.0, and let us see whether what are the aims and scope of this journal. So it targets audience which are working on clinical psychiatrist, educator, scientist, students working in biological psychiatry. So you can see the different uh, categories or themes what they are expecting. Let us move on to the instruction for authors. So here you can see instruction for authors. Let us see whether this journal is having any publishing charges. So here you can see publication charges. There are no submission fee, publication fee or page charges for this journal. But if you have any color figures, then they are charging approximately 400 US dollars. So if your research falls under this aims and scope, then you can read the instruction about the journal and you can submit your research articles. Moving on to the next category: geology, ecology and landscapes. So let us see the aims and scope of this journal if you are working on geology, ecology. So they are interested to get submission from new landscape formation, and here are the scope covers a range of research topics such as agriculture and forestry, biodiversity, ecosystem, environmental geology, landscape ecology, global change and sustainable ecosystem, etc. So it is a double blind peer reviewed journal, and there is no article processing fee if you are submitting your research article between 2017 to 2020. So later, after 2020, authors will pay $250 as a article processing fee. So guys, if you feel that your research data is suitable for this journal, please do read the instructions and submit your research article. So next in the list is Journal of Information display. So let us see the aims and scope of this journal, which might be related to information science. So if you see the aims and scope, like they are accepting research related to these themes. If you are working on this theme, then you can submit your research article. So this journal is supported by Korean Federation of Science and Technology Society grants funded by Korean government. So let us see like the instruction for authors if there is any article processing fee. So for article publishing charges, the standard article publishing charges for this journal is 1200 USD. But however, the publication is free of charge for articles submitted in 2020. So which means Korean Information Display Society is paying on your behalf. So if you are planning to submit, please do read the instruction before submitting. So moving on to the next journal, Mycology. It is an international journal on fungal biology. So let us see the aims and scope of the journal. So if your research work is related to fungal biology, then you can easily submit. So it welcomes a research related to fungus like organism and lichens, and they are interested on evolutionary biology, ecology, biodiversity, genetics, molecular biology, genomics, and secondary metabolism are related to fungi. So let us see if there is any article processing fee. The Mycological Society of China currently covers the cost of article processing fee for all accepted articles on behalf of authors. So there is no submission charges. So if you are working on fungal biology, then you can easily publish your research article in this journal. So moving on to the next category, Biocontrol Science and Technology. It has an impact factor of 1.0. So they have a journal news that publishes accepted papers in online issue within 6 weeks once the article is submitted accepted. So let us see the aims and scope of this journal and see whether your research falls under this category. So the aims and scope of the journal is related to animal pest control by natural enemies, biocontrol of plant disease, microbial pesticides, etc. You can find the aims and scope and the themes related for their submission. So let us see what are, if there is any publication charges for submitting research related articles for this journal. So if you see here, the article processing fee, the publication charges of the journal. There are no submission fees, publication fees, or paid charges for this journal. Whereas the color figures, if in a print format, will cost you around 400 USD. So if you are planning to submit your research in this journal, then please do read the instruction and aims and scope. So moving on to the next journal, the Journal of Arts Management, Law and Society. So there is an ongoing call for submission. You can just check here. Let us move on to the aims and scope of the journal. So I think this journal is accepting research articles related to management study and law. So here you can find the aims and scope of this journal. Like you can find here what are the aims and scope. So let us see the publication charges of this journal. I hope that this journal doesn't cost any publication charges. So if we can see here and go down to the publication charges, there are no submission fees or publication fee or paid charges for this journal. So whereas the color figure will be reproduced in color in your online article free of charge, but charges for color figures in print are approximately 400 USD per figure. So if you are planning to submit your research related to arts management, law and society, then please do check the detailed information from this website. So last but not the least, here is a journal related to economics of innovation and new technology. It's an open access journal which has an impact factor of 1.5. Let us move on to the aims and scope of the journal. Let us see what are the aims and scope of the journal so that you can easily target in this journal and see whether your research related articles are accepted. So moving on to the aims and scope, here you can see it has a wide range of themes like innovation and market structure, innovation and environment, and across a broad range of economic activity, patenting, adaptation, diffusion, etc. So here let us see whether this uh, journal is having any article processing fee. So if you see publication charges, there are no submission fee, publication fee or page fee for this journal, and the color figures can also be reproduced online free of cost. But if you want your color figures in print version, then you need to pay 400 US dollars. So guys, with this I would like to conclude my video, and if you are looking for the list of these journals, you can contact us on phtns@gmail.com. And at the end, I would like to request you all to please do hit subscribe button and share this video to get uh, more information on our upcoming videos. And during this tough time of lockdown process, let us learn, upgrade ourselves, and share our knowledge. So please keep sharing this video to your friends. And we have also submitted or posted our videos related to uh, free journalist of Springer, free journalist of Elsevier publications. You can also check that out. So thank you guys. Have a nice time. Bye.